Hello and welcome to another tutorial here on Alesso3D.com. Now I want to show you like a video making of that I did about this sim. This is a exterior sim. I want to show you how I did the lighting and some material setup and things like that. This is the sim. Also I did a sunset version of the thing and my favorite a night version, and to let you know if you're interested how I did it. Well, let's begin. Also I want to show you some render or some tree that I use in the scene. I have created this tree for especially for this scene because I have more interior tutorial and I want to see the workflow in creating everything for a stereo scene. So let me show you. If you see the tree, I have made three different versions of three. Let me show you. You see the two that I showed you before, and this to the uh, I don't have a render of this, so you can see it. Just a very easy tree to make. For example, let me show you the lighting setup. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I use a bitrate sum. This is the setting, the default setting I have used it. For the bitrate light, sorry. I use a bitrate down light with a 360 sky image. Let me show you the image. This is the image that I use for. You can do the same with a HDR, but I was thinking to do something different. But it's the same result almost. But you will have a more nice result using a HDR. But I have done previously a stereo with a HDR, so I was thinking to create another different. Well, the bitrate light, this is the setting, if you see. And nothing. I have increased the resolution. And let me show you the render setting. This is the side. I use for a AA image sample adaptive DNC resin filter. I have desactivated for to use the DNC sample threshold. In the environment I have nothing here. For the color mapping, HSB exponential. I have checking subvisual mapping, clean output, after background, and don't have a color because I have using this 2.2 gamma setup. And I have brute force for the GI engine for the first bounce, and for the second bounce I have light cache. The setting, you see, no, something basic. If you see, there is not too much noise in the scene, so the setting will work very well when you sim. And this is the setting for the DNC sample. Well, so for the material, let me show you the setup for some material. Let me show you first the raw material that you can see in the render. I have unwrapped this street. This is the map with a displacement map. I did the same for this scene, you see. I have created this for the shadow because you will have, you see, I have some interesting, some detail, the minor detail that makes your render to look a little bit more better. See, I have used grass, bitrate displacement mode. Let me show you the map. This is a noise map. What else? This is the plant texture. If you see, it looks really nice. I like how it looks. Specular map. This is a specular. And the bone mapping. You can create this just desaturate your image in Adobe Photoshop. Use the labels and play with the value, and you will have the same result. What else? For the bricks, I have displacement for the bricks. Here I am now using a bomb because the displacement will do the job. Show you this is the specular map and the diffuse. This is the material for the curtain. Yes. I'm using a ready to size material with opacity map. This is the bond the same, and a fabric to the opacity, so I can have this translucent and like you can see through the curtain, and the same here for the translucent effect. Well, the other materials are so simple, nothing too complicated. This is a white material, and we are a fall off in the diffuse and fall off for the specular reflect, and cellular for the bone mapping, a procedural bone mapping, and chips, not circular, for the bomb. Well, let me show you how you can create the sunset. It is too easy. The only thing that I did, I just turn down the sun and nothing more. This is the only thing that I did to have the sunset version. This is what I love bitrate sun and bitrate sky. I use bitrate sky in the environment, just not to play with the sky after in Photoshop. The night version, I have used a bitrate dome without the map. I don't know what is too difficult to select this. I use texture. I have used a lower value and a dark blue. I delete the bitrate sum, and the bitrate sky I have replaced it for a gradient ramp dark blue, and I change the value here. I use a higher ISO value, and I have used ES light with ES profile and nothing more. So I hope that you find this useful, and please don't forget to check my blog alexo3.com, and I am putting this thing in my small market, so if you want to buy it, you can. And the package comes with the tree scene setup. Let me show you. The stereo version, the Sony, and the sunset. So you can study the settings, and I think that it will be nice for you to check it out. I hope you like it, and please come to my blog and see you around.